On March 21st of 2024, I received a text message from my cousin informing me that our great-grandmother was in the hospital for dehydration and complications with her kidneys. Upon further discussion with my family, it was concluded that my grandmother would soon pass away and wanted to do so at home. As the only member of my family who was able to assist my uncle in caring for her in what would be her final days, I returned to my childhood hometown and documented the experience. These are the images and reflections I gathered during the month I returned home as we said goodbye to our family matriarch. It has been several years since I've returned to my hometown. As I walk past our family church and step into my great-grandparents' house, I'm greeted by a man from the home hospice service. My uncle, who has been by her side since my great-grandfather passed in 2009, and my cousin Yvette are in the other room handling some financial matters. About an hour later, my mom arrives, just as the late winter rain finally comes to a stop.
Or flatten it out and raise the whole thing up. And lower it. Yeah. Strengthen you and help you and enable you. He interprets the scripture for us. He's grievous. It does all kind of things.
I'm not really sure how much time we have, but for right now, my mom is in high spirits. Keeping a positive attitude, we're doing everything we can to keep her comfortable. At approximately 12:30 p.m., March 26th, 2024, my great-grandmother, Eunice Jacobs, died at the age of 102 years old. Death is often associated with a harsh cold winter. However, this one, to me, feels more like the forthcoming spring that brings the buttercups in her yard, taking comfort in knowing that this is exactly where she wanted to be, a sign of new life. The house was quiet in the days that followed. She slipped away softly, and then one moment, my uncle and I stepped out of the room, as if she waited for her solitude. The silence that followed was deep and unusual, like the house itself had gone still in reverence. My uncle worked tirelessly in the days that followed, drafting the obituary, making the funeral arrangements, carrying the weight of the details no one wanted to think about. I stayed close, doing what I could to support him though my words felt small. It rained for days after, a slow and steady morning from the sky, the kind of rain that doesn't ask for attention but soaks everything quietly, as if the world knew it had lost someone gentle. As sympathy cards began to pour in, I couldn't help but think of my own grief. Back home, I was facing a quiet unraveling of a relationship that may be coming to an end. And now here I was, mourning my great-grandmother, trying to support everyone around me, when deep down I wondered if I had anything left to give. After days of steady rain, the clouds finally broke. My closest cousin, Kelsey, wanted to come over to check on me. I haven't yet stepped much outside the boundaries of my grandmother's yard since she passed, not even into the neighborhood where we used to play our endless imaginary games. The town that once felt enormous, like a whole world of its own, now seemed impossibly small. Maybe we outgrew it, or maybe we were just seeing it with new eyes, shared by grief, by time, by everything we lived through. Where I'm from, the church bell knocks its brass clapper from its tower at the top of every hour. Awaken, the morning. The morning dove sings its songs of yearning, a new day is dawning. Where I'm from, the emergency alarm wails, distress signals, distant train wheels passing along the rails at the edge of town, a familiar sound. Where I'm from, where have I been? Red church doors, stained glass and hymns, lessons of history and obedience, arithmetic and perseverance, make-believe daydreams turn truthful realities. Where I'm from, the ghosts of life's past flash past memories of fresh-cut grass pressed against dew-drenched toes, bloody knees and dandelion blows, wishes to a future unknown, a love for life before life's living woes. Where I'm from, where my bones have grown, where I depart and where I return home. Where I'm from, where everything is the same, haunting me as time reveals my age, my adolescence will forever remain. Where I'm from. It's been another quiet week, and I'm just trying to maintain my sanity and focus on what's in front of me and not so much what's going on back in Chicago. The reality of the loss of my grandmother and the reality of my relationship and life back at home are just all but too consuming. But just as my mind rattles in thought, I experience my first ever earthquake.
What to do, the warnings when something like this might happen, and of course not something that we're used to reporting around here as much. So when we feel the earth shake, we're definitely on top of it. So
It's just 6.9. That happens about 100 times a year, so considerably less. So at this point, you don't need to worry. I know it probably was alarming to see the earth shake a little bit.
I was trying to find ones for.
There she goes. There's a good one.
I like that one.
That's a great one right there.
Yeah, for Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
That is a good one. Yeah. Well, you want to take? They're all slipping away. This is better.
That's a great one of him.
That's good.
I love that picture of him.
Yeah, this one.
That's a good picture of him.
He had dementia.
Oh.
And that's why he looks the way he looks. See,
He
flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's my guy.
Mother knew it, but
he wasn't all there yet.
No.
Oh, buddy.
That's good of Vernon. It's just
him in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Mean, what better can you have?
Mm-hmm.
And then the ones when we were little were taken by Uncle.
Uh-huh.
And he took those on a Polaroid, so they turned a little brown.
Yeah.
But we got them anyway. And,
My uncle and I are busy preparing the house for the funeral. We were washing down the windows when we received a call from Mr. Ping and his son Andre, who wanted to come and spend time with us and share their condolences. I've never met them before, but Ping grew up with my grandfather and my uncle, and they came and shared memories of my grandparents' house and how much our town has changed through the years.
long life, particularly that generation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something.
But they were hard. They were hard-working people too.
They worked hard. Everything
I
was
know,
fresh.
hey, look.
They raised their chickens.
Yeah.
And they ate them.
Mm-hmm.
But they were achievers too. I remember when we were kids and we came to this place. You remember they had a fire here.
I know.
You remember?
Yeah, Daddy came over.
Now you could.
Help the
If
people
people
out.
see this place now, they would never knew
No,
what
they
this
don't.
place looked like.
They don't.
We were kids. I remember when we came in here that day. Yeah.
It was Christmas Eve.
Right.
In the 50s, early 50s.
Yeah, your father, man, between the both of them, I say they did some beautiful, they did some magic with this place. Not magic, hard work.
Because they built everything back here, right? Like on their own.
Right.
Well,
It's insane.
Yeah, your grandfather did. Yeah.
Neighbors, Mr. Brown and somebody else, and Daddy. Yeah, Mr. Brown knew about brick and concrete.
Oh, okay.
And Daddy would do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the guy with the paneling and wood.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy,
The woodworking.
He did.
I guess he did the drop
wood.
ceiling too,
He
right?
did all. Yes, he did all of this.
Okay.
Of course, he was young and strong,
Right,
and
sure.
an athlete,
Yeah.
so he had a lot going for him.
Yeah.
Then, and then, I mean, Pop knew all about that kind of thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's been your father,
You
your
walked
grandfather.
down,
Yeah.
so you had counsel.
Gosh.
Got somebody to confer with, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, because Vernon do all the woodwork, you know.
So yeah.
I imagine he probably with some of this stuff, you know, they have a router, you know, that does all the design and stuff on the wood, you know.
Yeah, this well, Pop did. I don't know.
That's game. Let's go! Woo! Oh, Dad's gonna make me cry, man. Yes!
It's the week of the funeral, and we are anticipating the arrival of our family soon. My uncle and I are carefully sorting through my grandmother's clothes to choose what she'll wear for her final rest. There's a stillness in the air, the kind that follows something immense and life-changing, like the moment the sun returns after being swallowed by the shadow of the moon.
Yep. It's right about there. Yonder.
My grandparents are the first to arrive, and I haven't seen them in probably a decade. My grandfather is just as spry as ever, and my grandmother is just as silly as ever. My grandpa, my pop-up I call him, went straight to work, of course, on any and everything he could have possibly done to help my uncle and fix up the house as best he could. He's really good with his hands and always has been. And to be honest, he is one of the most selfless men I know. And I'm so glad that I get to call him my papa.
Smaller bushes.
Oh, they got John Sheets house all repainted. You remember John, don't you?
I think so.
Yeah, he died.
I invited him out to have breakfast the next morning, and we went to the corner cafe that we used to go to all the time when I was little. I used to get bagels and cream cheese with he or my grandmother, and it was just nice to go back and experience it all over again. My grandpa is a bit of a legend in our town. He has a day named after him and was the chief of the fire department for most of my life and most of my mother's life. He was greeted by so many friends, and it was just funny to see in the span of 10 minutes on the road, 3 different people pull up and greet him. A homecoming reception built for a king.
We gonna run, we gonna run, we gonna run.
You can run, but listen,
okay? That's all we gonna do on you all game.
But
run.
even if you run, if her shot dropping, it don't matter if you run.
Yeah, dude. Because that means she's got to play defense. If you running, your team running.
She ain't never play defense.
Huh? Oh, well, she gonna just stand at half court passing the ball and shoot it?
Was transferred to her children, her grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, her sister, her entire family, and all of those she called friends, sisters, and brothers in Christ. I know I felt alone, and I am grateful, extremely grateful, Will we take her legacy and walk in it? Will we take our gifts and serve unto others, that we will help this world to be a better place? She was anointed to serve, and she has done that. Now it's on us. Now God calls her home, and God says this: well done. Well done, my good and my faithful servant. Well done.
Right there. I can jump the sucker off. She'll probably fire, right? The original spare tire. The original. I guarantee he's never used it. His original jack, the other flag, he has had
Yo!
his back.
Yeah, no, I missed the Bronco. I wanted that Bronco. Because it was the OJ. The interior of the car still smells just like when we were little. Oh my god. I can't believe it. The day after my great-grandmother's funeral, our family gathered at the house one final time before our journeys home began. My cousin was given a task to see if he can get my grandfather's old Lincoln to start. It had been sitting untouched for years. Dust and rust settled over top its exterior. If he could bring it back, he wanted to take it to Florida, where he and his son could restore it and do a little father and son project. In the idea of the soft hum of that hopeful engine, there was a whisper of spring. The promise that even after the longest winter, life stirs again. Unfortunately, it didn't start, despite our efforts, but even so, not everything in spring blooms right away. Some things stay buried, waiting. Some things don't return, but we still step into the season, and we still hope. As the day progressed, the house slowly emptied. One by one, we said our goodbyes again. It had been decades since we'd all been under the same roof. Cousins, uncles, aunts, generations layered like rings on a tree. And it took losing her, our matriarch, to bring us back together. She was the center of our gravity, the quiet force that pulled us in. Now, as we scatter once more across cities and states, I can't help but hope we find our way back again. Not just in mourning, but in joy. That next time, it won't take a loss. We would just find our way home. Now it was my time to depart. Yeah. My cousin, Yvette, brought me to her place in Jersey to spend the last 2 nights of my time away.
Oh my god. He sounds like that's something I would do.
So he wouldn't.
Yeah, oh, I remember those. You got everybody in here. Yeah, they looked so young.
I know.
I mean, they
right?
were, but in comparison to 102 and 90 years old.
Yeah.
That's them right there, too. Go off.
And I look at pictures from then, and I remember seeing the pictures when they were taken and thinking, oh, I don't look too bad here.
Yeah.
And now I look at it and I'm
You're like,
oh my God.
yeah, that's how I am.
Yvette is a caretaker to her mother, my great-grandmother's sister, who is sitting at 99 and is determined to make it to 103.
And they tore a couple of the old homestead, they tore down.
That's sad.
And there's another one there in Inez's house. They tore that down and made it a one floor. Yes, and that's where Clyde lives.
That's my dream, is to have a little homestead. I want to start working towards that. Because, like we were saying, all of y'all, everybody, old age, because that's what we were talking about yesterday. Everybody's outside doing yard work and...
Coming back to Chicago feels heavier than expected. I have already gone home once, to say goodbye to my great-grandmother, to be surrounded by my family I hadn't seen in years, to mourn and to remember. The return was full of tears and warmth, of silence and stories. It held both the weight of loss and the strange lightness of a reunion. But this return, back to my apartment, back to my relationship, carried a different kind of uncertainty. After witnessing the strength, softness, and quiet command my great-grandmother held, the way she stitched generations together, I couldn't ignore how far I've drifted from that kind of grounding. Grief has a way of showing you what truly holds, what nurtures, what simply doesn't. Maybe that's what matriarchal energy is. Not just the power to gather, but the clarity to let go of what no longer fits. I was coming back to find out which one I needed to do.